Hello YouTube. Good morning. Here we are. We have ourselves a start to another day. Well, of course, last night, was a very, very hot day. Then we ended up with the normal evening thunder showers and all that good stuff. And welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, yesterday, of course, I decided, let's gear up and film the fire pit videos. So here I am. It's a warmer morning, and I get the old fire going, pretty much to the point where I'm ready to put the first item on. Well, then I start getting really, really hot, really, really overheated, almost lightheaded to the point where, it's probably best to stop. I'm wondering, what's going on. Well, here it's like plus 34, plus I'm standing over top of the open fire. So it's no wonder I was feeling like I was feeling. It was a little bit of a higher wind yesterday, so the smoke from the fire was getting in the camera, and I couldn't get a proper camera angle, so I pretty much just stopped filming. Maybe I should have thrown 5 items through. Even if it wasn't the best of shots, then it would have got me 5 weeks. But, it is what it is. I'm thinking of possibly postponing the fire pit videos for another month or 2, and then in the fall, as, it's like plus 12 in the day instead of plus 35, then filming then, and try to get them done before the snow hits. Well, of course, the day kind of passed, it went away, and then in the evening we ended up with our customary shower, and I got a little bit of a clip I will throw right here. And then later on in the evening, we got another one in. A really, really nasty electrical storm, like not a lot of water, but mainly, thunder and lightning. And one of these days I'm going to have to go up on the roof with my camera and get proper footage, but It was some pretty severe sheet lightning, very loud. You know, rattled the windows in the house and set off car alarms. I again knocked the internet off, so I have to restart my uploads and things like that. Well, today I'm wanting to venture on out, do a couple of things. I can't really buy much until the end of the month, but I want to pick up some coffee and I forget now, a couple of small things at the grocery store. Maybe consider what's needed for, you know, another project, and I should be good for a few more days. Just preparing, of course, mentally for the upcoming road trip that's in a few more days here, and then we get that over and done with, and then she's good to go. So of course, guys, gonna probably strike on out and get the day rolling. And you guessed her, we'll catch you all later. Well, went out, did some running around. Got a couple of things squared on away, which definitely is a plus. One less thing to have to worry about. And then here we are back here. Checked on my upload and it's down to the last 22 minutes. So, you know, that's good. Once that's done, I suppose I could watch my morning YouTube videos instead of having the computer tied up uploading. But because of the storm and the outage last night, of course, it threw everything behind. But that's the way she goes, right? Again, that's why I don't upload on a thin line. I try to keep 1 or 2 days ahead just in case there is a problem. I remember years ago, 3-4 years ago, when I had internet problem, it took like a week for the tech to come out. And normally I'd be stressing about it. However, I had Maxwell's World videos ahead. And the day that the technician came out was the day that the last video, was scheduled to go live. So it worked perfect, right? So today, later on this evening, the first crossover vlog that crosses over from the vlogging channel here to the Maxwell's World channel goes live. It'll be the first one, and we'll see how well it's received. You know, unanimously hated, then, well, we can make a change. If not, then we'll continue for a bit. I can't see why it wouldn't be a good thing, because it'll be a one-stop shop for those that like to watch my videos. They don't have to click around to multiple channels. They can just watch it all on one channel, and instead of like having the channel stay dormant, it has more activity, and it's, in my view anyway, works better all the way around. So of course it's a little bit warm, but at the same time it's a bit of a cooler day compared to yesterday. So I'm going to take advantage of it and load up the garbage trailer. I've got some things I want to load on up to haul on away, and if we can get that hauled away, then that means that's one less thing to do in the last week of the month or afterwards. You know, when you're laid up with a cast, it's hard to do things. So if we can get them done ahead of time, then it all works out for the best. Just going through my mind on videos that I have to film for content for the Maxwell's World channel, and you know, the bicycles are okay, but they're needing parts to fix them, and I don't have the funds to put the parts together, so we will probably end up hanging the bikes for, you know, over winter and get back at them in the spring. I do have a couple of follow-up videos that I could film. Pretty much I've only done a handful of follow-up videos, so I suppose I could spend months probably doing follow-up videos. It's just a matter of having the filler videos in between, so it don't get too you know, monotonous, right? As well as the demo derby footage I can edit and upload, but again, I want filler videos to go in between that as well. Pretty much the projects and stuff will slowly start to come back to light. It's just a matter of getting a few things took care of, and then, well, we're good to go. I got a call from the bank today inquiring about the truck, inquiring why I had sold my 2015 GMC Canyon, and well, things like that, because, well, obviously I needed to lighten the load a little bit, and it was the only piece of equipment that I had that was expendable in terms of, you know, didn't really need it. So of course it went. Well, I tried everything I could before making the choice I made, but even the bank, for some odd reason, wouldn't help me. They wouldn't roll two loans into one. They wouldn't reduce the payment or extend the duration. It's just they weren't working with me at all, and the only alternative I had was to physically walk in to the bank and hand them my keys and say I can't do it, and then a repossession, right? You won't own another new truck for like 10 years, so this was by far the lesser of two, by far. And well, the bank calls me today, and they're wondering why I sold my truck. They're wondering why I didn't keep it. Well, obviously the people that I've talked to over and over on the phone aren't connected with the people that, well, the person that called me today, obviously, or somebody didn't do their job in recording the problem. But anyways, they're pretty much happy because they get their money back, and the loan is paid in full by the person or persons that I sold it to, so therefore the bank is happy. You know, they didn't get their $5,000 interest, but they got their $34,000 back, so it's well, it's all good, right? You know, I did lose money if you value the 2009 Canyon at much more than, well, you know, a couple $100. Without a good motor in the truck, or the truck being able to do what I needed it to do, it wasn't much of any value to me. And I know I just got it paid for, but at the same time it was given trouble. And you know, you can spend hours and days looking back. You know, I should have done this, or I should have done that, or maybe I shouldn't have went and worked at that employer, or I should have stayed with this job instead, or went to college and had some kind of fancy degree. But it's a part of life. You know, the twists and turns is what makes life life. Sure, you can second guess things, but it's how you roll with the punches and overcome things that, well, make you you, or make things work. And yeah, sometimes things don't work quite in your favor, and you gotta take some steps back and lose a little bit. But in the long run, you know, we or I will gain more by have the sale of the truck versus keeping the truck and trying to, well, end up the bank taking it back. So I do have the Silverado, and well, that definitely did come in handy. It, you know, toward the last year or two after I bought the new truck, I was questioning why I kept it. You know, I should sell it. But now that things went the way they went, I'm glad I kept it, because, well, even though I do got to put a little bit into it, you know, a little bit before winter, it'll be a good truck for another, you know, 2-3 years before, until I get back around to wanting to buy another new vehicle. It's kind of weird, if you want to call it a learning experience. I know we were through a lot of ups and downs when I owned the 2009. If I remember correctly, in the fall of 2008, I had a job, but in the summer to fall of 2009, I was actually unemployed for probably the better part of a year. However, things were different then. Other jobs were better. They were easier to get. other sources of employment were still available, and you could walk into fast food and get a job instantly, where now those jobs aren't there. They're being, held by other people, and then that causes a chain reaction, right? This time around, like I said, things are different, People who didn't have to be here, people who came here, have moved back to where they're from. And even people who've lived here their whole life has moved other places as well. And, I had contemplated doing the same thing, moving somewhere else. However, when you're tied to this town, with a mortgage and family that need care and stuff, you're kind of not stuck here per se, but stuck here, I'm sure, there are other programs that could help them, and I could let the bank have back the house and go somewhere else. But again, why wreck what's left of your credit rating just to move to another town? Because who said there's even going to be a job there when you get there? Because especially if you don't have a fancy welding certificate or truck driving courses where you're a benefit, you're not gonna find a job as easy somewhere else. But it's kind of the way she goes. Life is life. It's how you live it, how you overcome obstacles, and how you let life change you. If you let it change you for the worst, well, then you've lost. But if you let it change you for the better, like as in learning new things, learning how to overcome problems, then, well, it's all good. Well, I'm thinking I'm gonna, like I said, load up the trailer, wheel it over here, hook it onto the truck, and then probably move her around to the front yard, load the dirt on there, and then I'll load up some of the junk, the clutter that I got going on. So get that took care of, and then, it'll all be good. So you guessed her. Here we are, a little bit of an evening update. Well, pretty much got the trailer loaded up with majority of the stuff that I was thinking. There's an old Christmas tree in there that I had for decoration for the front yard, end table, tubs, couple of those oak whiskey barrels that have fallen apart, and I don't know, various other goodies there. I thought about buying clock mechanisms off of like a craft place or eBay or whatever, but by the time you buy those mechanisms, put your time and effort into it, then you go to sell it, you're not going to be able to sell it for what you have into it, unless you're making them for a craft for your friend or whatever, right? And I tried giving them away, but no go on the giving away part, and a few things like that. So pretty much they sit around and nobody wants them. People are weird. I found that out when I was trying to sell things. I had these tubs there for like $5, 2 of them for $5. I forget the size of them now, but they were like 76 liter or whatever. They were large tubs, and nobody wanted them. Not even for $5 for 2, and nobody wanted them for free. And when people say they were looking for tubs, they still didn't want them. And it's like, they're not broke, they're not cracked, there's not holes in them, come get them for free. And I don't know, whatever, right? Unfortunately, I do not have the storage space to store stuff forever until I find the perfect person. So away she goes, right? So of course she's all loaded up. Just got to strap it, and then it'll all be good. Get her all strapped down and secure. Don't want her blowing off or anything. Well, I probably should have. I took it away today. Took her out today. However, by the time I got her all loaded, it was pretty much, kind of end of game time for me. So, kind of went inside, watched a movie, cooled on down a bit, and, really, here we are now. Just trying to decide what to do for the rest of the evening. I can't really go out for a drive or nothing, because I got the trailer behind the truck. It wouldn't really take too much, of course, to unhook it, but I'll probably just stay here because it's cheaper and simpler. Still need to do a concrete run and a metal run, so maybe I'll try to squeeze those in before a month end because, well, once I know what they're doing, then I'll know how far to go. If they're not going to do what they said they were going to do, then I can do another run or two before freeze up. But if they're going to do what they said or what they were thinking about doing, then I can get her done, in the next week. Then it's all good to go, right? Well, the first crossover vlog went live here a couple hours ago, and so far I think there's one view on it, but I guess that's a good thing. If people want to watch it, they'll watch it. If they don't, then they don't, It just doubles the content on the channel, and, well, everybody benefits in a roundabout way. I'm sure, I know for a fact that not everybody watches the Maxwell's World videos, and I know for a fact they pick and choose on what Maxwell's World videos to watch. So really just having another video on the Maxwell's World channel, all that means is that they got one more video to choose to watch or not to choose to watch. And just the channel became twice as busy as what it used to be. So we can call that a bonus there. Give her a good run, see how the analytics stack up, and see if the whole crossover uploading thing is worth it. And if it works out, well then great. If it doesn't, then, well, pretty much it is what it is, right? Well, gonna go back inside, make me something cool to drink, and here we are. Come to the end of another day. It was a good day. A hot but busy day. Got some running around done. I ended up filling the garbage trailer with a bunch of stuff for the dump. Probably will run that out tomorrow. Had a weird phone call, of course, from the bank, but I don't know if it's a miscommunication between the powers that be and people that made choices and decisions, but it was nothing that would have solved any problems 2 weeks earlier or so. They just was wondering why they had a check on their desk from for the amount of the truck and why I got rid of it and things like that. But essentially it comes down to, well, that's just plain and simple the way it worked out, right? I would have loved to have kept it, but at this time, keeping that truck would have meant something else larger would have had to have gone, and that's not a wise choice right now. So of course the crossover vlog went live, checking the analytics, and there's a couple of views, nothing major, so hey, it's all good, right? I'll leave it up for a week or two, see how the rest of the vlogs do a comparison, of course, between both channels. And if the vlogs on the home channel do better than the vlogs on the Maxwell's World channel, then people still like to go to the home channel. And if the vlogs on the Maxwell's World channel do better than the home channel, well, then that means that the crossover vlogs are getting better views. So, it is what it is, right? Like I said there earlier, effectively I've doubled the amount of videos on my channel, and people can pick and choose what they watch because, well, they do it anyway, picking and choosing and what videos to watch and who to watch at what time. And just when I do a double feature or so on a day, I'll just space them on out so they don't come together too closely, and it'll all work out just fine. But pretty much, guys, had a good day. Gonna end her all here. Round around re-roll. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.